What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the NBA wrap-up. You see it. It's your boy Ron and my brother. Oh, wait. No, John can't be here today, so I'll happily accept this award on his behalf. Now, John's caught up tonight, folks, so I'm holding it down, but I'm not alone. I got one of the MBK fam to hold it down with me, and we got our special guest tonight. So stay tuned. It's going to be a really dope show. I'm excited. And if you guys are familiar with the special guest, you might be excited to find out some things you never knew about him. Because I tell you, it's you know, I didn't know certain things, so I'm definitely looking forward to chopping it up with him. So I hope you guys are doing great. And sorry for the delay, but let's start the show. Let's get it cracking. And we'll get into everything right after this. Did you know? Because I'm sure that not everybody knew this. I didn't even know this. So we'll be right back. All right. We are back, baby. Let's go. You see it. Thank you for everybody tuning in. You see, I got my special guest, DJ Shuttle, in the building. We got the world famous diehard Knicks. Eru is in the building with us. Let's go. Where's my applause, man? Where's my applause? There we go. Yes. Salute to both you gentlemen. Thank you for being here and rocking with me. Appreciate y'all. You know, Eru, you know how I give it up, man. I thank you as always for rocking with me. And DJ Shuttle, you know, you MBK fam anyway, but it's definitely dope to have you here and kind of really get into your story. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to talk about some NBA right now, but we're definitely going to get into DJ Shuttle's story because it's a hell of a story. So starting off, guys, look, you know, we like to start the show off with an MBK news break. Let's get to it. Yes. So, look, man, I'm so sick of this dude already. We got to talk about it, but I know y'all are sick about it too. I'm done with him, man. But we got to talk about James Harden. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. So James Harden was fined $100K for the comments about Daryl Morey being a liar. Let me just get around to you guys and see what you think about this, because I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, you know, he's your employer. You work for the organization of the Philadelphia 76ers. You can't be saying disparaging remarks about, you know, the president of basketball operations or the GM, whatever he's called. But I mean, to get fined $100K, I don't know. Shuttle, what you think?
I think that when you have a circumstance like this, you have to set a certain type of tone that we're not going to tolerate it. So as a result, you have to make the fine a number that is going to be outrageous so that you, the next player that thinks you can talk about the management of other organizations the way you want to talk, the same way as James Harden, you have to be deterred. So as a result, we gotta hit you with 100 large. So, you know, the next player is not going to have the type of salary that Harden got, where 100K is like, it's a drop in the bucket kind of thing. You know what I mean? 100K to somebody else could be a big deal. You know, so yeah, I think this type of fine will put people in their place and keep them in their place. And when you got an NBA, you know, franchise, like not franchise, but an NBA corporation that this is a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? Like this, there's too many things going on for you to just be just talking wild and crazy like this. So yeah, you got to get this work. 100K.
I hear you. I mean, that's a steep price, but I mean, it's a drop in the bucket for a millionaire. But that's still a little something. Eru, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that too. You got to set the precedent a little bit. That money doesn't do nothing for Harden, like Shuttle said, but for somebody making the minimum, that will break them. So like you said, it keeps everybody in line. Somebody like us, I work for the city. So like if I said something bad about the company I work for, they call it days in the street. Days in the street means they suspend you, and like days in the street, like you're not getting paid. It's like you're gonna be homeless for a certain amount of days. You know what I'm saying? So they call it days in the street. So that phrase alone will put fear in people's heart, just for them not to say stuff or whatever. Especially like if you have like close to retirement and that type of thing, that'll mess your pension up and this, that, and the other too. So you got to do things like that. It's a shame, that we have to do that to grown people, but there's a reason why these rules are in place, because you have to have like these stopgaps just to make people just calm down a little bit, because if not, then everybody would be going crazy doing what they do. But at the same time, Maury is a damn liar. He is a liar. He told him that he was gonna trade him. You know what I'm saying? He had an agreement with him in the last team also. He accepted the contract. He didn't have an agent, so he was operating within good faith and stuff like that, but he didn't hold his end of the bargain. So I get it, Harden, but
But I ain't gonna hold you. Harden don't really strike me as the type of guy that I could have faith in.
Right.
What he says, what he does, to depend on him, to rely on him, to be like, if you got to go to war with somebody, he ain't really the type of guy I feel comfortable going to war with based on how he conduct himself.
Yeah.
Prior to this. So when a situation like this comes up, like, yo, the guy's trying to bust some moves for you. You already know he's trying to bust some moves for you. So, like, you really think this is helping? Like, this is counterproductive.
Right.
Yeah.
So you for as far as I'm concerned, Maury got good credit with Harden based on how he's helped him in prior situations where he got him moved and where he got him big bread. So somebody like that get good credit with me. I got to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I got to work with them. And to be outlandish like this in the public, this is like scandalous. I mean, unless they in cahoots and they did this together, then this is crazy.
Yeah. It's listen, it's a wild situation they got going on over there. The thing is, like, I think really, Harden's the one who put himself, against the 8 ball. Like, he's the one, that's got to really, he can't back down, because he's the one saying, look, I'm not going to be associated with an organization that has Daryl Morey connected with it. Like, now what you gonna do? I don't know, because it's not even I don't think it's a game of chicken, because it's not like they're both threatening to do certain things. It's just Harden is the one saying that I don't want to rock with him. So yeah, Harden, I don't know. We'll see.
It's the burning the bridges thing for me too, because I mean, time goes on, guys get other positions. You might have an opportunity later on, but you say, "Oh yeah, I'm a liar." Remember all of that. So it could happen. Like, you didn't know that Maury was going to be the president of the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? You didn't. So I mean, you can't just completely burn your bridges like that. Shout out, we're doing hip hop, right? Shout out to MC Shan. Like, he tried to burn the whole bridge down, based off of not being invited to these things. Yeah, but then Nas, brought him in there, and now he had to get on camera, but like, look, man, I'm here. I'm sorry, I love my brother. But you already went too far. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to extend that olive branch like that again.
That's the new era that we in, though. That's the new era that we in overall, where people. I just had this convo today where it's like, I mean, I'm a little older. My era is like, the people that put you in position, you're gonna always pay homage to them and respect them and not make them look bad in the public. You know what I mean? Whether the cameras are on or the cameras are off, you're going to always be a reflection of the people that put you in position to shine and do what you do. And Maury put this guy in a position to make bread, to be an all-star, all-NBA player, to leave one team, go to another squad at request. And this is how you going to do him. Now, if I'm another franchise looking at this guy, like, do I really want to bring him to my team? Like, for you to treat this guy that well over that many years, and for him to turn on you like this, what's going to happen if I bring him to my team? He going to do me greasy.
Facts.
He going to do me greasy.
Facts.
So, you know what? Now your trade value is going down. You got to know how to deal with things strategically behind closed doors, and you know, and just do it like that. But this ain't really how you do good business.
Yeah,
100%. I agree.
I don't want to keep dragging the thing, but you know, Giannis just came out. He said something about having to trust players and stuff like that. You know, as he goes on, like if the Bucks decide to make moves and stuff like that, are they going to bring guys in there that are going to be sacrificing, you know, the game and their life, you know, for the game, like the way that he does? So I mean, like you know, a guy like Harden now, by coming out like this, who's to say that maybe Morey has something cooking up with the Bucks now? So now you done alienated Giannis too, and you didn't even know you did that. You know, like maybe Harden was on his way to the Bucks, and then you know now you kind of messed that up a little bit.
I don't know
100%.
I don't know who in the world Giannis is, but I'm gonna assume he's talking about Giannis, the Greek freak.
Yeah, Giannis.
Oh yeah,
Giannis.
yeah. Antetokounmpo. Right.
That's
right.
New York, so we rename people in New York.
No, I'm with you on that. I've definitely given people some new names too, so I feel you.
Yeah.
And by the way, smash that like button, everybody. Salute to the chat. Shout out to real quick East Blue Drew, new Knicks in the building. What's good? Drugs only. My guy, what's good? Drugs. Appreciate you. Thank you for being our guest last week. If y'all haven't tuned in and checked that show out, please do. Drugs is a great guy, man. Ashley Inc. Wiz in the building. Kerry Cox in the building. Jay Thorough in the building. DJ Shuttle's guy. David L is in the building. Salute. Daniel Berry is up in the building, and DJ Space Ghost, as well as people who may be tuned in watching that don't like to get into the chat. I appreciate y'all too, and those who are going to watch this on the replay, because we know that there's a lot of competing stuff going on right now in this hour. But you know, definitely watch replay gang. That's what we're about. So
can I just
I think
can I just add?
Oh yeah.
Can I just add? Kerry Cox said something interesting, and I noted this a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, like I'm happy for this Harden foolishness. This is great news for the Knicks. This is great news for the Knicks. So in one breath, I don't really salute this type of way how you carry your business, but as far as the Knickerbockers are concerned, this is amazing because this is helping to lead the team to maybe a second place finish, first place finish in that Atlantic Division. Let's go.
I see what you're saying. More dysfunction they got, the better we can just slide right into the spot. I got you. I feel you. I like that. And who knows? Maybe I don't know how. I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole nother thing. But that Joel Embiid stuff, you know, it's real. I don't know. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic. But
training camp is coming.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. All right. So that's the James Harden thing, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more James Harden news. So as much as we don't want to talk about him anymore, believe me, he's not going anywhere. He's going to keep giving us stuff to talk about. So damn you, James Harden. I wanted I want to get this out of the way because it's a somber note, but I wanted to acknowledge it. It's messed up. You know what I mean? But wanted to say shout out to former coach Stan Van Gundy. Unfortunately, his wife passed away suddenly, and you know it was unexpected. Threw the whole family for a loop, and he's dealing with that right now. But I just wanted to say shout out and you know rest in peace to his wife and condolences to him and his whole family. All the Van Gundys. Because yeah, I mean nobody wants to go through that stuff, and Stan Van Gundy is one of those guys that I think. I don't know about how great a coach he was, but as far as who he is and how he carries himself, I always thought he was a pretty cool guy, funny. You know, they had both the Van Gundys got good sense of humor. So, you know, it's sad to see something like that happen. So definitely rest in peace to his wife and condolences to the family. Yeah.
Absolutely. None but love for the Van Gundys.
Yeah, she was only
Right.
61 too, right? It's kind of young.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary a little bit.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows what's happening these days? I wanted to get into this real quick because, shout out to him for being a really interesting, gentleman. He sticks to his convictions. He's about something. He's a man with purpose, and I appreciate that about him. Now, I can't say too much about his basketball career. He definitely spends more time on the bench than I've ever seen him on the court. But as far as who he is as a person, I like the fact that he sticks to what he believes in. Remember when the whole situation came out with people getting the shot and all that stuff? He didn't want to do that, and he was one of the last holdouts. And now he's creating this new clothing brand called Unitus. I know it might not look like that, but that's actually how it's pronounced. So it's pretty dope. And he created it because he feels like, the whole thing, Christianity and things of that religion get a bad rap. And he's trying to do something positive to bring people together by creating this clothing line to support, his faith. So how do you guys feel about what's going on with Jonathan Isaac and, and his whole stance that he's going strong with his religion and his faith? Ibra, what do you think?
I just think that he needs to play basketball. He got some T-shirts. He got a logo put on some sweatshirts and stuff like that. That's nice. He got his little stuff that he likes to do. But how about get healthy, bro? Get healthy. Get your bread and butter together. Get back to work, and then you can work on your branding and stuff like that, and all the messages and stuff that you want to give out to the world. Like this. Just I mentioned it before. Like people that have regular jobs, you have to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might have your side hustles and stuff like that, but you can't mess up. You can't forget about the main thing that you do. You have to devote the time to that. So he has to get healthy, and then after that, then we can do this. But I mean, he did put it out, so I like the message. I'm looking at it now on the side window here. It's interesting. Sound like a hater, right? It's
No.
interesting.
No. But because listen, no, I understand that you appreciate what he's trying to do, but the real is this guy hasn't played basketball. Like he hasn't played. Like I don't know if he played at all at this point in this at some point in the season, but I know there was a point where he hadn't played for like 2 years. So
he signed his contract. He signed that contract and he barely played. I think he played a little bit last year. And then I think he re-aggravated himself again. He keeps getting hurt. So nice that you have a clothing line, bro. But when you gonna play? When you gonna play some basketball?
Right. Shuttle, what's your thoughts on that? Oh, you on mute.
2 years he didn't play any games, and last year he played 11 games.
Sheesh.
And that's following a 4-year, $69.9 million deal. So kudos to him for milking the league and the Magic and getting this deal. And the Magic, we need them to stay low anyway. So this is good for the Knicks. That's my whole thing now. My whole thing now is, how does it impact the Knicks? This is good for the Knicks. This is good for the Knicks, so I love it. Focus on that clothing brand, homie. Don't worry about your therapy. Don't worry about your rehab. Focus on the T-shirts and everything you got going, Jonathan Isaac. Truth is, all the players they got anyway, ain't much room for him to get much run anyhow.
That's fair.
So
there's truth there.
That's that.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, so that's the story, y'all. Listen, Jonathan Isaac's trying to do something positive for his faith. He's created this clothing brand called Unitus, and we need him to get back there on the basketball court and put that time in. So that's where it is.
I don't care what he does. He's not on the Knicks. And if him not playing is killing the Magic's cap flexibility, and he's one less player that can hurt the Knicks, focus on your clothing brand and don't play. Do what you're doing.
I like it.
Do what you're doing. Hero, you feel me on that?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I was, I don't want to really, because the more I talk about, I'm gonna sound like a hater, right? Because I mean, like, I'm looking at the prices too. Like, it's supposed to be like about Black Lives Matter and religion and stuff like that. He got these shorts, $75. The jacket's 120. The hoodie's 120. So, are you trying to get rich off of us too? In the name of God and in the name of Black Lives Matter. So it's like,
Yeah, that's kind of pricey.
yeah, $40 for a t-shirt. I mean, that's the going rate, I guess. $35 for a dad hat.
No. That's kind of actually that's kind of pricey. Not for nothing. It's not like he's selling Gucci stuff. Like he ain't selling a brand like that you already know has created hype, so you could charge whatever you want. This is a new brand. I mean, I could get a Nick hoodie for $40, a T-shirt for 20 or 25. Like I'm not rocking with that. I don't like that part of it. So sorry, Jonathan Isaac. I'm not rocking with that part of it. Especially you trying to get people to embrace Christianity and the faith and kind of dispel some of the rumors about it and look like you want to invite people in. Well, you got to make it affordable and comfortable for them. You can't take their last earn. You know what I mean? Like I hear you though. I ain't rocking with that.
Have something where you give back to the community. Like at least have
Right.
that on the thing. We're gonna give back. Whatever. But he didn't say that at all throughout the whole thing.
But in fairness, that could be the case. Maybe the reason why the price is what the price is because they're putting a little extra on top so that they could put that towards a charity. But you're right, he hasn't said that, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angel Torres in the chat. Appreciate you. Vaughn Allen is here. Salute. But I definitely wanted to highlight Mr. Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said the old head stars are done. Harden, Dame, PG-13. Bye. I hear you. I mean, we seeing a changing of the guard with these guys. I mean, they still got game. They'll still be playing, but you can see the transition is starting to happen. Even with Steph Curry, even with Klay Thompson, even to an extent with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, 33 years old himself. It's starting to change over. It's starting to happen. So
but it's like wholesale changes, right? It's like these guys are like top of the like mid-30s. They're at the bottom of their primes, and then but these young guys, they're just coming into the league. So it's like a big gap between the major superstars and the possible major stars coming after them. There's like a big major gap there between them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, well, shout out to Jonathan Isaac doing something. Okay. This one is, I mean, listen, I was never a big fan of this guy, especially, I mean, I don't want to say it like that. I like his game, but I was never a big fan of him as a person because of the whole hoopla with the family and then the whole thing that he was saying about hip hop and Nas and Jay-Z. I'm like, these young kids, man, they be saying some wild stuff, talking about that, they don't really listen to that stuff. Like, what's wrong with these dudes? Okay, whatever. But, Lonzo Ball out for the season. That's messed up for him as an athlete, and it's definitely messed up for the Chicago Bulls. I don't know, man. I just it is what it is. It sucks.
It's a great look for the Knicks. Stay focused.
I knew you were going there.
Stay focused. It's a great look for the Knicks.
Yeah, he could have been a Knick too. Imagine if he was a Knick and he didn't play all these years, You want to talk about conversations? We'll be so sad. We'll be like the saddest fan base.
Oh my God, it would be horrible. That could have easily happened too.
Yeah, crazy, man.
I mean, just thinking about. Okay, let's ask two real questions here. One, do you think the Bulls can right the ship somehow without having Lonzo Ball, because it hasn't worked for them, currently the way their team is constructed without him, because they kind of constructed it with him being a piece of it and the piece that they need. So without having him, do you think they can work something out where they can kind of get back to where they were? Because at one point they was flying high. They was in first place. Then Lonzo got hurt and Alex Caruso got hurt, and it was never the same. What do you think, Ewa? You think they can kind of right the ship and get back to where they were?
It comes down to these GMs. We were talking about Maury earlier. The GM of the Chicago Bulls, like he went and he resigned. What's his what the center? What's his name?
Nikolai Vucevic.
Yeah, Vucevic. He resigned him. He should have been moving away from him. So now you stranglehold your cap again. DeRozan's still on the roster. They didn't do nothing with Levine either. And Levine, they were supposedly fighting in the locker room and stuff like that, but he's still on the roster. So what are you doing to improve the team? What foresight do
Mhm.
you have? It's like, you're strangling your own self by signing this other guy to an extension, to more money and everything. So I don't feel sorry for these guys, man. These owners and these GMs and stuff, they get paid millions of dollars just to make stupid decisions. Decisions that any of us could make with no experience. These guys have the experience and stuff and the opportunity to do this and the resources and stuff, and they constantly hurting themselves. Like Lonzo Ball, I would have been trying to replace that. Because you could see that this team needed a ball mover. And that's what
Mhm.
Lonzo Ball did. He wasn't necessarily that great of a point guard, but just when the ball hit his hands, the ball would be out, and then it gets people into their spots much better. That's why they were winning. So now without a player like him, that could just move the ball because they already have the ball hand. They have Levine, they have DeRozan, but just to have that ball mover is what made that team go. So they kind of like tied their own hands up there. So I don't feel sorry for teams like that, man. But for fan bases, I feel sorry for fan bases. They have to
Yeah.
deal with stuff like that.
Now, wearing my Chicago Bulls hat, if you got Levine and you got DeRozan, you re-signed Kobe White, you got Caruso. I mean, the money that they signed his center for is reasonable. Like his contract is very, very tradable.
Mhm.
It's like, listen, I can't get no big money no place else. I'm already here. You know what? We need a center. There's nobody else better. We got you he's on a $20-21 million type of deal. He's good enough to be traded at that price. Absolutely. So if the team is doing, is not doing well, now you got the opportunity to tank and trade this guy by the deadline or trade the next off season.
Mm.
So I'm not really mad at the idea that they re-signed him. And I think that, all things considered, it was the best move that they could make versus not re-signing him and then having no center, having no competitive anything to go into. So at least now you can say, listen, you got him, you got DeRozan, you got Levine. You can at least say this is a competitive team going into the season. Veterans don't want to just be here with nothing. I mean, if they didn't re-sign him, that could have turned into DeRozan saying trade me or Levine saying trade me. And you don't want to totally just have no hope for your fan base. So
Right.
I think they just signed him just kind of like, all right, we'll re-sign him. We'll trade him later if we need to.
Well, going back to the fan base though, like say like the Knicks, if that was the Knicks, I would have been like, how we debate things to we're blue in the face, but like fans that they see their team, they see that we're not going anywhere with this group, so it's like, yo, just move away from these guys, trade this guy, don't re-sign him, trade him, try to get somebody else here, get rid of DeRozan, get rid of Levine, and just make a nice little reset with some younger players. They got Patrick Williams there, they went and got is Patrick Beverly back on their squad?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he
No.
left.
Yeah. He's a bull. He's a bull now. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy. They got AO over there, So I mean, what are they doing to make their team better? You're relying on a 33-year-old DeRozan, Zach Levine, 32-year-old Vucevic. It would have been better for them to look ahead a couple years rather than still trying to hold on to what's happening now.
Yeah. I mean, they got. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, and I don't know. Like as Knick fans, it is what it is. You know what I mean. But as a Bull fan, you probably like they're going through it over there because they haven't. It's a fall from grace as far as what they were used to.
Right.
The Bulls were like the Yankees. You know what I mean? Always used to winning and stuff. And so to watch how they've struggled so much, and then they got the revamp with Derrick Rose in those years, and now to be struggling again, and then going all in and putting all this money into starters and not doing anything with the bench, and then realizing that you put all this money into your starters, but there's still one starter that you need that makes the whole thing go. And without him, there's not the same team. It's crazy. One guy, Lonzo Ball. He's not even the top scorer. He's not Well, I mean, probably the top facilitator, and he's a pretty good defender for his position. But just having him out there changes the whole dynamic of their offense and their team. Like, that's crazy. To put yourself in that type of position I don't think it's ever good. And they did that.
Listen, it is what it is. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't trade positions with them right now, but 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you would have told me I had Vucevic, DeRozan, and Levine at their current state compared to what we had as a team a couple of years ago, I'd be happy with these three guys.
Yeah.
And then you got a young guy like Williams who's got promise. I mean, yeah, of course, Lonzo Ball would take this team back to where it was, a top contending team. But you give me them 3, them 4 guys compared to what this Knicks team was a couple of years ago, it's not really all that bad. There's some promise at least anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough,
so I mean, it's but this goes to just show you that injuries could completely just shift everything that you have going. We went through this. We signed Amari Stoudemire, and he played a year and a half, and after that, it was Lonzo Ball basically for Amari Stoudemire, and the team was done, and it was nothing you could do. Allen Houston, couple of years, same thing. He's down. There's nothing you could do. What you gonna do?
Well, you bring up Allen Houston too. Allen Houston, remember we signed him to that big contract, but it wasn't just his contract. It was all the other guys too, the Othello Harringtons, the Clarence Weatherspoons, and the Doliacs, and all the other guys that we signed too. That just totally
Doliak. Oh my god!
Yeah, all those crazy names, man. We signed all those guys, and there was no way to move off of them. Now we're stuck.
I wasn't prepared for Doliak. I was not prepared for that.
Yeah, man. That was we had Shannon Anderson. We had Howard Isley taking up cap space too.
Shannon Anderson, Howard Isley. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, GMs do it to themselves. They stranglehold themselves by making these decisions, and then then they can't move off of it. Now the fan base is stuck for years. Not knowing how we're gonna get better.
Now the beauty in this whole conversation is Knicks fans, put some respect in the name of your front office right now.
Word up, yeah.
Because you have no contracts that you can look at and be like, what the hell are we doing? You don't have one contract like that. Not one. Every contract is smart. Every contract, I would say every single contract right now, we are getting more value for the player than what they're being paid. Every single player. Mitchell Robinson.
There might be one.
Mitchell Robinson. Even RJ, who I'm not thrilled with. Other players that are middling players, like I feel he is, they're getting 21, 22 million.
That's true.
He's getting
because he would be the one.
But even RJ, for a player that's scoring 19, 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2-3 assists, those players are getting the money he's getting and more.
And more, yeah.
So as far as contracts are concerned, forget about his play. As far as contracts are concerned, he's at least on par with what players at his caliber are getting. So again, please, Knicks fans, put some respect on your front office, because between Brunson, Randall, Mitch, Grimes, Quickly, I mean, listen, the players are way outperforming their contracts. So we're, as far as I'm concerned, we're in great shape.
Yeah, I think our worst contract is Evan, because we're trying to get off of Evan, but Evan still could play. You can see him playing
he's expiring this year.
Yeah. So
and so to me, that can't even be the worst, because he's expiring. You can trade him before the season, you can trade him during the season. Worst case scenario, you don't trade him, you got $18 million at the books.
Yeah, that's a testament to how good we are. Definitely got to tip your hat off to the front office. I can't even remember the last time that we were in this good. What was it? What was it the guy that we got from Indiana, Grunfeld or What was his name? Grunfeld or Grunwald? Whatever.
Now there was Ernie Grunfeld that was previously with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he was a former Knicks player.
Was it no, it wasn't him.
It was the old guy.
I can't remember. Yeah. Why am I forgetting his name? Yeah, because he wanted to. He was the one who didn't want to trade for Carmelo Anthony. He wanted to sign him at the end of the season.
Right.
What the hell was his name? Holy crap! I say his name all the time. Look at this. Old Father Time has caught me again, folks.
Glenn Grunwald.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not him.
Donnie
Walsh. We all got it at the same time.
That's the old man. The old man memory there. It kicked it at the same time. Shit is crazy.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I hear you. Well, listen. You guys already segued into it. Speaking of the Knicks, this is our last NBA topic anyway. New York Knicks sue former employee. That's right, folks. You knew we was going to have to talk about this. Listen, nobody else wants to talk about it. We're going to shine a light on it. If it was happening to another team and the Knicks were involved on the bad side, they'd be talking about it. But because it's happening to the Knicks, nobody want to talk about it. ESPN don't want to cover it. All these sports outlets don't want to talk about it. Where's Skip Bayless? Why you not bringing up this saga, this scandal, huh? That's what I'm talking about, man. There's such a bias towards the New York Knicks. It's crazy. There's a New York Knicks tax. There's a bias towards the New York Knicks stories when it's negative, for other teams, and it's a positive outlook on the Knicks because we deserve something because we were wronged. Like, what the hell is going on, man? I don't know what it is. But yeah, so apparently, if you're living under a rock, but actually, since nobody's covering the story, maybe you don't have to be living under a rock. You still may not know about it. Apparently, the Knicks are suing a former employee who took a job with the Toronto Raptors, right? But apparently he stole some proprietary data from the Knicks organization. He was digging in the vaults, typing in his secure password, and getting information to give to Toronto. And also, apparently he started doing it before he even got the job with Toronto, because that led to him getting the job. This is, hey, I would love to work for you guys. This is what I could bring. Boom. Here, exclusive Knick content stuff. You don't know about this, huh? Did you know this? No? Let me send it to you. Let me type in my secure password that if anybody checks, they'll find out I logged in, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Dumbness, man.
He emailed himself from the secure account. Crazy.
This is called dumb and dumber. Dumb and dumber. Whoever this guy is, you're dumb and dumber.
Oh man.
Usually, dumb and dumber is reserved for two people, but right now you're both people. You're dumb and you're dumber. Like, first of all, how you email it? I don't know. I got experience in the IT space, so I'm always doing these annual, education things where you got to know what information you can't share and what you can't do, yada, yada. So my brain is just so different when it comes to trying to just take information and make it, your own somehow, some way. Like, everything can be traced. Everything can be tracked. And this is Jim Dolan we're talking about. Like, this guy has face scanners for people coming into the garden. You think you taking emails with information from the Knicks and they're not tracking that? Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, he's bugging out.
You're wilding. You're wilding, son.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you took a maintenance job, right, and stole garbage bags from the old job and brought it to the new job. Yeah, I got some new garbage bags.
First off, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Eru. And if you stole garbage bags from a previous job to bring home to your family, I mean, I don't understand what's the issue.
Stole toilet paper and stuff like that. Come on.
I mean, no one's done that.
Allegedly.
Anyway, okay, so so this is what it is, folks, and this is from CNN. According to the lawsuit filed on Monday in the U.S. Direct Court in Manhattan, The Knicks allege that former employee Ikechukwu Azotam shared thousands of proprietary files with the Toronto Raptors to help the newly hired rookie head coach Darko Rojakovic exploit the Knicks' organizational structure and coaching methods. Some of the files allegedly included confidential information such as a play frequency reports, a prep book for the 2022-23 season, video scouting files, and more materials. And according to the Knicks. Now, there was one other thing that I wanted to say here. Furthermore, the Knicks allege that not only did the Raptors defendants know about what was going on, but they directed Azotam to misuse his access to the Knicks confidential files to create and then transfer to the Raptors defendants over 3,000 files consisting of the film information and data.
First of all, we're gonna need a draft pick. We're gonna need a draft pick. We're gonna need a draft pick. This is like Spygate or something like that. We're gonna need a draft pick. We're gonna need. Listen, we're gonna need Mr. Commissioner, Mr. Silver. We're gonna need a draft pick, and we're gonna need it this year, 2024, when they're not gonna look like they're doing too well. When we can use this to consolidate and make a super deal too. And we're gonna need this situation handled before the season starts, because this might have something to do with getting Embiid before the season even starts. But let me not reach it. Let me not go too far. But we're going to need at least a first round pick. I don't know, not a second round pick. We need a first round pick for this. This is egregious. SAT words. Look it up. This is egregious.
I can't even spell it to look it up.
Okay. You listen. I want to put myself in this guy's shoes. He probably, if I had to bet, they were like, listen, we got to come up with something. We got to improve what we do, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, okay, yo, I got some ideas. Pop, 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 pop. And he came up with some of this, most of this, a lot of this, all of this, who knows? But you did it as an employee for the New York Knickerbocker franchise. This is not something that you created on your own, that you are now, as you know, you're selling. It's like, okay, I got a software, I got a technology. Hey, Knicks, you could use it. Raptors, you could use it. Celtics, Nets, everybody, y'all can all pay me, y'all could use it. You developed this while working under, the jurisdiction of the New York Knickerbockers. Like, you can't just now take this as they paid you and compensated you for this technology and then take it someplace else. Is you dumb or is you dumber?
What's crazy too is he's a rookie coach too, coming from another country and stuff like that. So he's going to need that information in order to get assimilated to the way the NBA does work. So that just makes Toronto look really bad too. Not just for the simple fact that he stole the information, but just for all that with the rookie coach and stuff.
Now I need Toronto to have an awful season. This is y'all karma. 76ers, y'all got the Harden, Swami going on. Celtics, y'all got that KP Swami going on. And now Toronto, y'all got what we gonna call this? Videotape gate. Y'all got this going on. So we got a lot of hexes going on out there. Everything is lining up for the Knicks. That's what I'm enjoying about all of this, because Sixers, Celtics, and now Toronto. Oh man, it's lining up. It's lining up. We need the Nets to get some drama now. We just need the Nets to get some drama. It just don't stop.
Yeah, we do need that. But I mean, I think the Nets gave us a lot of good bulletin board material with all the drama they had with Kyrie and Durant. But I guess we need some new stuff. You're right.
Yeah, the Nets helped us last year, so maybe we got to just count our chips what we got from last year.
True. I mean, listen, we'll take it.
If the Nets didn't fall out, who knows if you make it to a 5 or 6 seed? Yeah. If they don't make those trades.
Yeah, I'm loving it too, because I mean, karma comes back. The Knicks have had so many bad seasons and so much jokes and stuff like that. Now it's to the point now when something bad happens with Toronto, they don't even report it. They're not even reporting on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like so bad. They want to just stick it to the Knicks so bad. But now this is something that the Knicks can get back now. They don't want to cover it. So it's weird. The rest of the league and just ESPN too. The way they chopped down their rosters and had to fire a bunch of people too. A lot of people going through it right now. The only thing this person is up right now is the Knicks. So that's good.
Yeah.
And
That's true. That's true.
And Cam and Mace.
Cam and Mace too.
Cam and Mace is up. They got a nice deal, Ron. Listen, you get a deal like that, you be up too.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Let me see where that still Knicks fans NBK money comes in. Like we get that 8-figure deal. We out.
Let's go.
We out.
Let's go.
Anyway, yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens with this whole thing. I hope that the fine is because this is not something that happens every day. So it definitely should be a crazy fine. And there should be a really strong penalty for doing some stuff like this. Knowing it's not like, okay, we hired the guy tried to be slick. He took some fouls. He thought this was his hook to get in with us, blah, blah, blah. No. Toronto knew before they hired him. So this is crazy. They definitely got to get hit with the hammer.
Yeah, same thing like you said with Harden. Remember what you said with Harden, the reason why he had these fines is to nip it in the bud. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they have to set the precedent here, really hit these guys and let teams know you just can't do this. We
don't want money. We don't want compensation. We don't want no money going to the NBA, pool. New York Knicks deserve compensation. The team deserves compensation. They need to be penalized. They need to lose a first round pick. Adam Silver, do the right thing.
Trade us OG. Trade us OG for Fournier.
Yeah. OG on the cheap.
Yeah. I take your pick. I'd rather take that pick right now.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. Well, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Damn it. Why do I keep saying now? I can't. I feel uncomfortable saying that because it's the name of that damn Cam and Mace show. It is what it is. I can't stop. I won't. It's gonna just take my phrase and make it the name of their show. Now I can't say it. It's not right. It's not worth. I can't do it. Whatever. Anyway, that's it. And that's all, guys. We'll talk more NBA next week because I'm sure there's going to be something else that happens. There's going to be some more James Harden news. He caught a hangnail or something. You know what I mean? He's starting to shoot right-handed. There's going to be something crazy with James Harden that we're going to have to talk about. So stay tuned. We'll see what it is. But you know what I mean? Look at DJ Shuttle bringing out the exclusive what is that poster board says DJ Shuttle all aboard. I like that.
Yeah.
This is dope. Yeah.
Exclusive
I like it.
By an incredible artist. He does live paintings. His name is Raph from Staten Island. Salute to him for sure. Oh,
definitely. Big up Raph. Appreciate you. That's some good work. Yeah, man. That's dope. I like that. See if maybe we might consider getting something like that for something. Maybe we do these events. Maybe we could have something for still Knicks fans, NBK. Who knows? Shout out to the chat once again. Appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Show your love to our special guest DJ Shuttle, and give it up for our guy Diehard Knicks E-Rule here, holding it down with me. I appreciate you as always, my brother. Tony Crow, Knicks and Bruises in the building. Salute, fam. What's good? Appreciate you. All right. So listen, this is steadily becoming the most anticipated and most hyped up part of the show. It's about that time, guys. You know what time it is? It's time for Check the Rhyme. Yeah. All right. So as I try to do, guys, listen, don't shoot the messenger. I try to start off with an easy one, a gimme. You got to get some points on the board. So I give you an easy one. You can get 5 points out of this. So hold on. Let me get my pen. Because we low budget when it comes to this part. StreamYard ain't got the sophistication for me to put a thing up there. All right.
And what do I win?
we still talking about that. We in works, you know, our people is calling their people and their people is getting back to us about what we going to offer somebody. But we trying to tally up all the scores for this first season of the NBA wrap up. And by the end, those with the top scores, we're going to figure out what we can do. We definitely going to try to do something. You know, we in the works. We in the works. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but you know, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You get
All right,
nothing.
so
You get nothings. Shuttle, you get nothing.
this is going to be incredible.
I just heard wah 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 wah.
Don't worry, Shuttle. We got you. But you better get that score. Listen, the best score you could get is 50, right? So you get 5 points for each artist guess if you guess the artist, and if you guess the song, you get an extra 5 points. So the most you can get is 50 points. Let's see how you do. All right, let's start it off.
50 years of hip hop. Let's do
it. And I'm gonna listen. Those in the chat, you can play along. There's a little bit of a delay. It's okay because Shuttle's gonna have to answer before y'all can even type up what y'all think it is. And if Shuttle gets it wrong, right? If he doesn't get the artist name or the well, I mean, he could get the song and not know the name of the artist, but it's rare. Eru gets a shot, and maybe you know Eru can get 5 points on the humble. So let's see what we got going on here. All right. So and listen, don't shoot me. I am not going to rap these lyrics. The point is to throw people off. So if I rap it and you hit a cadence, you're gonna know what it is. All right. First one up.
Oh,
you ready, Shuttle?
This is like genius.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a smart guy, but thanks anyway. All right. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming. That's it.
Tupac, California Love.
Ding, 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 ding.
Jeez. Shuttle made that damn easy, didn't he? That is the right answer.
Now I want to hear you say it like Tupac now.
I would, but I really got to get through the rest of the trivia. You know, I mean, I definitely, you know, out on bail, you know, I would definitely do it for you, but I can't right now. Yeah. All right. So that's the first one. Let's get to number 2. Ready, Shuttle?
Let's do
it. Speak the wrong words, man, and you'll get touched. You can put your whole army against my team. I guarantee you it won't be it'll be your very last time breathing. Your simple words just don't move me. You're minor. We're made.
All of them in the game and don't deserve to be your player. Remember, you have to call your name out. Your crew was featherweight. A gunshot to make you levitate. I'm only 19. Boy, that's that boy P from Hempstead, Long Island. I know Queen, y'all claiming them. Sometimes you're not claiming them. But that's Prodigy from Hempstead, Long Island. You heard?
Okay. Do you know you know the song?
The HNIC.
What's the name of the song?
Oh,
well, let me give you this for getting it. Well, it's you know it's Prodigy, but you know it's Oh, he cheating. He going through the lyrics, y'all. He going get to the chorus, y'all.
Yo, I know this song, but I can't think of the title of the song. Oh my God. Yo, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you this. When you a DJ, and like it's different when you respectfully when you're like just a fan of the music, but when you're a DJ, you have to like play the music like this. You know, especially now with the computers, it'd have been different. It's different.
I hear you
because you.
I hear you, Shuttle.
You look.
You know what I hear right now?
You know what I mean? And
I hear politicking. I don't hear answers. I hear politicking.
Well, I get what he means, though.
I'm just gonna go with. I can't remember. Time's running out. Hurry up! I'm gonna let you have it because I can't remember the time.
All right. So the name of the song. Do you want to guess it, Eru?
It's Shook One's Part 2.
Damn,
you gotta say Part 2
because
it wasn't Part 1.
That was Part 2. That was Shook One's.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, that was Part 2.
in my mind, that was the first thing I thought. But then I'm like, I'm thinking it's the second single that they came out with for some reason.
Nah, yeah, it's part 2.
I don't know
so
why.
Look at that. Eru, you got 5 points. And Shuttle got 5 points. I wrote this down like we playing spades or something. This is crazy. You going for
I didn't get 10 points for the first one?
My bad. I'm sorry. You got 15 points. I apologize. Yes, that's correct.
I gotta watch this guy.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm slick with it, man. I ain't trying to give up nothing.
No, but I'm watching you. I'm watching your moves.
Look, Olasumbo said shook ones, I think. Okay, you right, Olasumbo. Nobody says part 2. It's true. Tony Crow ain't lying. Nobody says part 2.
Part 1. Part 1 is from their first album.
And part 1 is different. So, it is what it is. Like,
And speaking of the first album, little known fact, their first album is not the infamous that many people know it to be. Their very first album is called Juvenile Hell.
Yeah.
Prodigy, again, is from Hempstead, Long Island, and they recorded their album at a studio called 510, aka Strong Island Studios. This studio is the home of this is the Public Enemy headquarters where like their battle station was all set up with Keith Shockley, Hank Shockley, Eric Vietnam Sadler, Chuck D, and and P's family had to connect to Public Enemy's people, and that's what led them, coming out to Long Island to record that first album in Hempstead.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. Huh. Get Shuttle dropping the knowledge. That's why you here, Shuttle. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man. All right. So that's we got two out the mix. We got 3 more to go. Ready, Shuttle?
Let's do it.
All right. Tony Crow, stay quiet, B.
Yo, Black is time.
Right.
And give some Knicks some
Yo, Black is time.
Right, here we go. Rappers, I monkey flip them. Oh, well, hold on. Let me slow down. Let me read this because I'm about to rap it, and I ain't even rapping like that. But let me calm down. Rappers, I monkey flip them. With the funky rhythm, I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition of pain. Scarface, holding the M16 with the pin I'm extreme. Now, bullet holes left in my peepholes. I'm suited up in street clothes. All right, let me stop there.
Now, defeat foes. Well, we already know that's the N to the A to the SIR. We already know that, and I think that's Tony Crow's record when he says "Yo, Black is time" at the beginning of the record. But what song is that? That's the question. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. The song titles sometimes is harder for me. Like lyrics I can do because I've played it over and over, but I don't stare at song titles and I don't play song titles. So sometimes the song titles can get me.
Well, spoiler alert, it's in the chat.
I mean,
don't be looking over to the left there, okay, Shuttle. I'm watching those eyes, B.
I'm right here. I'm not in the chat.
All right. I gotta. Listen. Let me.
I'm not in the chat.
All right. Let me give you your kudos for doing the damn thing. You got the first part of it right, so that's the right answer. All right. So I need you to guess. I need you to guess the second part.
I don't even know how to start this. Damn, yo, I know everything else but the name of the song. That's 2 in a row.
Well, take a guess, baby. Take a guess. Let's go.
It's only 10 songs on the album. Clearly, it's not One Love. It's not Whose World Is This?
Time's running out. Hurry up. You better take a guess.
It's not. It's not. It's just this is like SAT. You got to work your way backwards. You do elimination. You feel me? Like if you're a student right now.
Am I gonna have to put a clock up? We need a timer.
I'm just saying. This is. If it was quick time.
I mean, listen. If I allow everybody to get the process of elimination, go through it. Listen. So wait, not okay. He recorded this on a Monday. That
is it represent?
No.
Oh no, that's blasphemous. That represents my favorite Nas song. My favorite song ever.
I didn't think it was represent, but Damn, you gonna hit me with that negative. You gonna hit me with
sorry.
that
Electrocuted him.
I could have hit you with this one.
Rather that. The other one.
Eru, can you get your 5 points?
New York State of Mind, man.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Eru, you from Queens?
Nah, man. East New York, Brooklyn.
All right, cool.
You know, I gotta say East New York, Brooklyn. I can't just say Brooklyn.
Now, when you're from Brooklyn, you gotta definitely identify what part of Brooklyn.
Yeah, because that tells you exactly where it's all about too by saying the section.
Listen, guys in the chat, no, they on it.
Now, where you at from in Brooklyn will tell me about who you are, because Brownsville is different than Fort Greene, it's different than Park Slope, it's different than East New York. Brooklyn is different. It's like every part of Brooklyn is almost like a whole planet in its own. So you got to specify.
Makes sense. All right, let's get through the rest of these so we can get into the shuttle story. All right, so next up, I believe that's me. Yeah, represent. Okay, let me stop. All right.
Cool G, what up?
No, I can't say that's too easy. Sorry. Got to move on to the next one. Some of these is too easy.
I'm not doing that well. Maybe throw me a
No, you good. Nope, that's easy too. Damn, these are easy.
No, they're not easy. You thinking that they're easy for me?
Nah, these are easy for anybody. These are way too easy.
Was it MC Hammer? Can't touch it. Crisscross.
I mean, yeah.
Bobby Smurda.
This lyric says, "Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear." I mean, come on, man. I'm like, can't do that.
Now you gotta pick the verses.
Okay, here we go. I make big money. I drive big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right.
That's it.
I can repeat it. I can repeat it again if you want to hear it again.
Please do, because you sound like somebody.
Because that last line, if I didn't know it, I would have known it from the last line. But that's because I used to, I listened to this. I make big money. I drive big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star. But late at night, something ain't right.
I do know this lyric actually, but I don't know who it is, and I don't know the song. I'm not even gonna waste your time. But when you say it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I knew that. Like
I'm sure you do.
This is a song that I know that I play periodically.
Oh, I know you know it. Believe me, I know you know it. So all right. So I mean, being that you don't know the answer, I gotta hit you with this.
Thank you.
Eru, you want to take a shot?
Money. I drive big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right.
I definitely know it. I definitely know it.
That's some Ghetto Boys, man. Mind playing tricks on me.
Oh,
there you go.
Man, like he's giving you like soundtrack songs, man. I know you DJ like your music different because you trying to
Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me. I definitely got that in one of my 50 greatest hip hop songs. I did a top 50 hip hop songs of all time, and that was definitely one of the songs that was on there. Maybe we'll get into my list a little bit before we wrap up.
Hey, you know what I mean? Shout out to and shout out to the chat once again. I want to give just a quick shout out to a couple people joining in. Vaughn Allen in the building.
That was Scarface verse.
Nah,
yeah.
That was
no. Wait, hold on. No, Willie D. That's who it was. Willie D.
Willie D.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vaughn Allen. Appreciate you. Jay from PR in the building. Obviously we said what's up to Tony Crow. What's good? B Rob 82 in the building. Salute to you. Adele Chapman is in the building. Appreciate Gina Ryan is here. Word up, DJ Shuttle. Miss Cool G in the building. Okay. All right.
Believe that.
All right. So that's I think that was we got two more. Now I'm
No,
thrown
one
off.
more. 2 for
No,
4.
one more. 2 for 4. All right. This is the last one, y'all. That's easy.
Oh man.
And I know some of y'all are like, damn, this stuff is old. Like some of y'all may not know because some of it, you know, you might be young out there. But it is, you know, hip hop's 50th, man. I gotta get to the classics. You know what I mean?
Heard you.
You'll never guess this one. Jam Master Jay is making out. No, I'm just joking. I ain't gonna do that.
Want me to do one? Oh, you got
Wait,
one.
you got one?
I can give you one.
Hey, all right.
Pause.
Yeah, super pause.
Yeah, let me see. All right, you ready?
Hit
All
it.
right. Funky fresh, dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, die in the movie body. To get inside, you paid a whole $10. Scotch tape, razor blade, taped to your collar.
Yeah, that's paper thin. MC Light, Brooklyn. What up, though? Wait. Oh no, hold up. That's MC Light, but it's self destruction.
Aha, there you go.
All right. I give him credit for that because he answered so quick because he thought he was slick, but he got it.
But who? But here's a bonus thing. Who wrote that?
LL Cool J.
Aha!
Oh, look at this.
somebody
Look
saw the
at
same
these
video.
guys here. You know what I mean? Taking the show to another level.
Ah,
All right. Not too shabby. Shuttle.
MC
You
Light,
got
my favorite female MC of all time.
Yep.
So DJ Shuttle's point total is 30 points. So 30 out of 50. That's not too bad.
Not too good,
And
not too
Eru
good.
even came in with a 20. With a 20 on the side. Let's go.
Not too good, but I'll take my 30.
Eru said, how much for 2 wings? Appreciate you.
I'm
Thank you, my brother.
I'm really disappointed about the Mobb Deep. I'm really disappointed that I jacked that up.
Hey, man, it's okay. It is what it is.
The New York State of Mind too, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Ghetto Boys. I should have knew that one too.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, I've been a DJ now for so long, and these songs are so old that, like, I kind of got the songs in their place, and I don't, you know, the names, the titles. Like, I grew up buying the record, looking at the credits and all that, but I've been so far removed from that for so long. You know, this just reinforces it. Like, it's disappointing, you know. And this is why I'm looking to do a project, you know, this upcoming following year, where it is going to include all those elements so that it could be more of a collector's item type, or more of a retro feel for the people that do appreciate that do love that like to, you know, see the artwork and see who was involved and all those type of things. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's dope.
Thank you for reinforcing how much is needed.
But don't DJs listen to music different? Like when you're mixing, you got a song playing, then you got a song in mind, but you're not thinking of the name and title of the song. You're thinking of a bar maybe, or like a melody or something like that that's gonna go with the song that you're playing because you're mixing. You know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily thinking of a name of a song or anything like that.
Well, what typically happens is, like, with those type of songs that we just went through, like, I got those songs in. It's like, all right, I'm gonna play some 90s hip hop, or, you know, it also too it's I don't want to give all my tips out because, you know what I mean, I don't know who's going to be just trying to be jacking my plays, but yo, Ebro, I ain't lying. I'm dead serious right now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that I also curate how I'm gonna play my music, sometimes by sonically what goes together.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that. So I may have a list of 20, 30, 40, 50 songs that all sonically all go together, and I'm just going through the list picking songs. I'm not, and I done played these songs so many times from, 20 plus years, I'd be more likely to know a song that just came out 2 or 3 years ago, to be honest with you, just because it's new versus songs that I truly love from back in the day that you pulled out today.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. That's fair.
But you're nice though. I remember when we did the at I was gonna say Vegas. We was in AC and you was DJing and stuff like that. I was basically the only one dancing. I was dancing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how to play. You know how to DJ. You're just not like, oh, here goes a song. Okay, let me play this one. You was DJing. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to rock a party. So
appreciate it.
And I was gonna. I mean I was gonna say the same thing. Actually, that's what I was thinking about. That's how I first met Shuttle. Actually, was we did the NBK. I think this was the first annual draft. Maybe it was the second. Was it the first or the second? I don't know, but it was the draft party. And DJ Shuttle was on the 1s and 2s, and he was hitting some joints. I was like, oh man, and everything kept flowing. I was like, yeah, I like this. And so even without even knowing Shuttle, I was like, yeah, okay, he puts a nice list together. I like this. So and then obviously we've talked and chopped it up on shows since then. So I'm getting to know him a little better in other realms when it comes to sports and his takes on the Knicks and other things. But this is the time to get into the Shuttle story. So I want to start with where it started for you, Shuttle, like how this all came about. And normally what we do is we have a little bit of a correlation between sports and hip hop, right? So what we like to do is first ask you about your love of the NBA and basketball, and kind of if there was anybody who you looked up to growing up that kind of inspired you. It doesn't have to be inspired you to become a DJ, but just inspired you is just who you looked up to as a player or something of that nature. It doesn't even have to be a Knick, but if there's anybody like that out there.
Yeah. Damn. Let me tell you. Now we're gonna get into we're gonna get into dating ourselves. My first favorite player in the NBA was the New York Knicks number 20, Michael Sugar Ray Richardson. That was my first favorite player in the NBA.
That's dope. Yeah, he was a like a walking triple double. This guy.
He was. I mean, like this guy, he did everything. He could shoot outside. He could get to the hoop. He could pass. He was great on defense. He made steals, coast to coast. That was the thing that caught me. It was like, oh, you get the rebound and you go all the way. And so then, that's when I started like learning how to play. And then I would go by myself, throw it off the backboard, get the rebound, and then go by myself, coast to coast, making moves. And Michael Ray taught me how to go coast to coast by watching him.
Wow. He was like the West Coast Magic. I mean, the East Coast Magic.
He was the East Coast. And then Magic became my next favorite player. And then my all-time favorite Knick of all time was Bernard King, who became my absolute next favorite. And like that's when I actually like really started studying basketball, when he was on the Knicks killing, and like I would watch him do it, and I used to see that turnaround jumper. Then I go to the park, I go to the schoolyard, flip that ball on myself, fake it, turn around, fade away, jump on the baseline, like come in, learn how to hold the ball up high and finish. But Bernard King was like really. Like he made me like really want to be a student of the game. And then eventually I actually went to Ernie basketball camp, which was at Fordham University. And I met him, I met Ernie Grunfeld. I played one-on-one against Calvin Calvin Murphy.
Oh.
Calvin
Murphy. Calvin Richardson. I think it's a whole other sport.
Yeah. That's the coach from the Arkansas Razorbacks, I think. Nolan
Oh, that's
Richardson.
dope. Nolan Richardson's, yeah.
But yeah, Calvin Murphy had just retired maybe like a couple of years before that, and he was like as a guest. Yeah, so you know how they do. They pull a play out to go 1-on-1 against the, at that point I was a pretty good defensive player, so they say, all right, yo, get him, try to stop him, and he beat me 5-0.
It's dope he gave you 5.
Well,
Usually they only give you like 1 or 2, you know.
Right, right. But the point is, you were out there playing, so that
beat
says
me
a lot.
5-0. I didn't score anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming growing up, and obviously, Ebro, you can jump in and follow up. I'm assuming growing up, because you mentioned in Knicks players, the Knicks were your favorite team growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Like I said, after Michael Ray Richardson was Magic Johnson, and the way Magic Johnson played the game, like ball handling, the passing, the showtime. Showtime was exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, like you a kid. This is before you learn about allegiances, and you can't have multiple favorite teams, and you can't like have a team out of town, and So I want to be full disclosure. Magic Johnson was my favorite player for years until Bernard King. But watching how Magic played and how the Lakers played, like that was like a thing you wanted to do. Like, it's like I would imagine like now how Steph Curry made everybody want to shoot threes. And it's ironic that we're talking about this because now I see all of the debate about greatest point guard of all time now. Is it Magic? Is it Steph Curry? Because they both were so transcending that, like, I mean, like for you to be like, yo, you wasn't a fan of Magic Johnson. I'm just like, really? Come on. Magic Johnson was everything that, he was a leader. He was a great passer. He was a winner. His team was always going to the finals, winning the chips. I mean, and as a player trying to be great, like, yo, that's what you're aspiring for. So, but then when Bernard King came and had those incredible seasons, then at that point, then I became like, all right, yo, Knicks is my squad, And, even through the bad years, Bill Cartwright, Louis Orr, Kenner Animal Bannister,
Roy Sparrow and all those guys.
Pat Cummings. You know what I'm saying? I was there rooting through all of them years. My Biddy League team, we used to go to the games every year, all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on it like that too, man. Bernard King is my guy. He's from from Brooklyn, yeah. Fort Greene, Brooklyn, right?
Fort Greene, so I'm not mistaken, it's Fort Greene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there ain't there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you young, you learning about the game, you seeing what you like, you seeing what catches your eye. It's okay to dibble and dabble and feel a certain way. And even you could be a fan of a player, you can be your favorite player, and you could be a fan of a whole nother team. Like, that's my favorite team. They don't have to be it sounds wild, but that's how it be sometimes. That's how it was with me. It's the craziest thing ever. And wild because I'm a fan of my rival, yet my team is the Knicks. My favorite player is Scottie Pippen. It is what it is. Sorry, folks. I know. I'm wild. It's crazy. I know. It is what it is. I could root for Pippen when he's playing other teams. When they play the Knicks, I root for the Knicks.
This is your show, and I don't mean no disrespect. but you wow for that.
Yeah.
You get an A for that.
Yeah,
because listen,
it's crazy.
This is now the couple of people that are in my circle that used to give me strife about Magic or the Lakers. What I would just say to them is this: there is no Lakers-Knicks rivalry. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a little room, there's a little cushion, there's a little room there because there's nothing going on between the Knicks and them. They only play twice a year, and them games, for the most part of my entire life, ain't really meant a whole lot.
Yeah, they weren't televised or nothing like that either, probably, right?
Yeah, it's only been a handful of them games that really been much watched TV, and none of them been in the championship. Right. You understand? But Pippen, that's like when Soulja Boy was like Drake. Pippen? Are you kidding me? The disrespect that Pippen put on Patrick Ewing? Yo, what are we really? How are you still a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
All pun intended. How are you still a Knicks fan if Scottie Pippen is your guy?
Yeah,
Wow.
I can get Magic Johnson. The guy's name is Magic Johnson, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
The
talking
biggest
about
smile, biggest personality in the world at the time. So I can get being a fan of him. But Scottie
face
Pippen,
of the league. Face of the league. You talking about the Robin? The Robin? Robin? We're not talking about Batman. We're talking about Robin. This guy said Robin is his favorite player on one of the biggest rivals of the New York Knicks that kept his team from getting to the chip. I do not believe what I'm hearing, but I respect your honesty.
Well, look at it like this. I'm a big fan.
Wow.
I'm a Knick fan. I'm a Met fan. I'm a Giant fan. A lot of the underdog is in there with these teams. The Giants may be a little different because they're a storied franchise, but the Mets and the Knicks, for the most part, they're always the underdog. I'm a big underdog type guy. All right. And look,
even Rob said it. You didn't even say Jordan. You said Pippen, not even Jordan.
I might need a drink.
Because let me tell you something.
I might need a drink. I might need to go get a drink.
Without Pippen, Jordan ain't winning 6 rings. I'm just saying. All right, that's all I'm saying. Listen,
Pippen is great. Pippen is great. I mean, but when I hear these young guys talking about Paul George is their GOAT, I'm kind of thinking what you're saying right now.
Well, listen, I in fairness, Paul George ain't never won nothing. Scottie Pippen got 6 rings. Just saying.
Saying Scottie Pippen is your favorite player is like saying people from now saying Paul Pierce is my favorite player. It's blasphemous. Paul Pierce is your favorite player,
but Scottie Pippen was so good, man. He's a 2-way player. He was so good. And actually, another thing, Scottie Pippen might be the blueprint for the 2-way player.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, at his position, because there was big guys like Bill Russell, and that's a whole nother story. But for his position, he might be the blueprint for taking that type of game to the next level.
We don't have to move on because I will never let this go.
All right.
It's okay. Let me give you mine. My alternate team back in the days used to be Detroit. Not because of Isaiah, but because of Vinny Johnson. Vinny Johnson's from Bushwick. You know what I'm saying? So my pops grew up with Vinny Johnson, so I used to like him. And then the other team was the Supersonics because they were called the Supersonics. It was like a superhero team, and it just so happened they had X-Man on their team too. So that's why I was a fan of the Seattle Supersonics back in the days.
And low key, I know a lot of Knicks fans will hate to hear this, but because I'm originally from the Bronx, and I moved to Long Island, and when I moved to Long Island was just when Julius Erving left the Nets and went to the 76ers. Mm-hmm. But where I moved to in Long Island, I mean, if you're familiar at all with Long Island, it's like, it's only but so big. So when you say the next town, every town ain't really but so big. So the next town ain't really that far. We're talking 5-10 minutes. And for where I moved to and where my grandfather and my family lived, the next town is where Julius Erving was from. So you imagine moving to the town where Julius is from, next door, Dr. J we talking about, and then he was playing at the Coliseum. Like Long Island was so lit when I got there on the strength of all that. So you had a lot of people that were Nets fans because of Dr. J being from Long Island and him being like, Dr. J is Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Right.
He's the original high flyer, high wire act that you pay the money to go see. Strong Island, we was there. So you got a lot of fans that are from Long Island that became Nets fans on the strength of that, and so because of that, it carried over even when they moved and he left the team.
Right. I mean, listen, that makes sense. I hear you. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get into the DJ Shuttle hip hop scenario. Because we already know about your favorite team. We know about the players that inspired you. But what inspired you to be a part of the hip hop game? Because you are a DJ. He's known as DJ Shuttle, guys. But you know what I mean. I don't know if he was always DJ Shuttle, but it started somewhere else. So you want to elaborate on that?
Well, like I said, I'm originally from the South Bronx. So, my aunt used to collect records. I used to play her records, and they would have block parties, and it's like the movie Brown Sugar, where they go outside, they run outside, they hitting music. Like that was my introduction to hip hop. I know a lot of people, they got Ralph McDaniels or your MTV Raps, or I got introduced to hip hop in the street. Like it's just DJs playing the music, people having a great time, and you just seeing it, and it's just like, yo, it was just so incredible. And you just wanted to be just a part of whatever this was at that point. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't even, I want to be part of this rap thing, this hip hop thing. It was just a vibe, and you just wanted to be part of that.
Right. Yeah.
It's the culture, man. When I came into it, it was like the block party era. People were still doing park jams and that type of thing. So that's what brought me into hip hop too. The love for it.
Like I said it before, I moved to Long Island, and now I got the disconnect, because a lot of the things you would just get naturally in the boroughs, you don't get it as in Long Island. Like you're not getting block parties and park jams in Long Island.
That's my question to you. So what's the difference between, let's say, Bronx and Brooklyn? We're kind of similar how we did things. Park jams, like I said, block parties, that type of thing. So Long Island don't have blocks. You guys got, like you say, got like little communities, like suburban communities.
Yeah. So what was the I guess the kind of the torch, and how I carried it with hip hop was college radio. And also Mr. Magic and Marley Marl. Like when everybody else was hyped to be doing whatever else they was doing, I found out about Mr. Magic and Red Alert, and I had my cassette tapes. I used to take my mom's tapes. I found out how to put the tape over it, put the tape in there, record over her music, and make my own cassette tapes, what we call pause tapes. And this is really the beginning of learning how to DJ, because you just record off the radio. And then I got that double deck cassette recorder, and then I picked the best songs and put them in the best flow. And then boom, now you got your own mixtape. And then that's be the tape you bring to school, and it's like, yo, check out my tape. You understand what I'm saying? And that was the beginning root of learning how to be a DJ before I even knew that I was going to be a DJ.
Wow. That's dope. Shout out to Jigga Man Porto, always supporting the show. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, my brother. Dunbar's in the building. Salute. Dunbar's is a producer that works with Drugs, who was our guest last week. He's got some hot stuff. The beats is dope. Appreciate you, Dunbar's. So you know what? Why don't we do this? Shout out to David in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. He said the double deck with the TDK tapes or Memorex. I had a bunch of those. Facts.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. I had the 90. I never forget it. I had the $99 dual cassette joint. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was a Fisher. I remember it to this day. I had the receiver, had the double deck, and I had the record player on the top. You understand what I'm saying? So I was fully operational, and the receiver I had was like old joint, high power joint, and that joint had 8 tracks on that. So it did whatever you was calling for. I was ready. Vinyl, cassette, 8 track. We talking about pre-CDs.
Yeah, he had the hi-fi stereo.
Sony.
So that's all different, man. Even the sound, man, the tubing sounds of the music, all that stuff is just not like kids don't, not even kids, grown-ups don't even know what the hell we talking about when it comes to that type of stuff, man. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Whole
They
different
have
era.
no idea, no clue whatsoever.
Yeah.
So let's do this because this is the curveball for me. I want to get into the DJing a little bit more, but this is the curveball for me. Let's play a little something, and then you can explain how this all came about. All right, how about we do that? Because I think that sets it up nicely. Shout out to Drip Moore, the preferred barber of the Knicks community, still Knicks fans and the MBK crew. Shout out to you, my brother. Let's go.
Peace,
All
more.
right. So here's a little something that I want to put together for you guys. Take a listen. See if you recognize the voice. I don't know. Maybe you might.
That's right, cause mama knows best. Mama knows best. Yeah. Mama knows. Mama knows. Come on, check it out. All I keep thinking about sitting in court was mama was much wiser than I thought. She never liked them boys from down the block. Keep hanging out with them and get shot. We used to do mad dirt and we hurt a lot of people. Some things we did was stupid, other things just evil, like this nigga in some light. Used to call him thumbtack cause he'd stick niggas in, then he'd shoot him in the back of the leg or back of the arm. Then come back around the way and brag about like it was the bomb. We was like, yeah right, you didn't do that. Now he had to be the man and go and prove that. So we hopped inside the car and took a drive. He was like, park right here and wait while I'm going inside. So we waited double park right in front of the store. All of a sudden mad cops like 20 or more. Me against them for sure I would lose. So I knew the routine. No sudden moves. Up against the car with no place to run. When they searched the car, they found Mike's gun. I knew I was in ditch-ish, forensics, make shit this shit. So DT found mad bodies on the pistol, and mama knew the gun wasn't mine, but a hard head makes for a soft behind. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. Only if I listen, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Cause mama knows best.
Damn, yeah, mama, I know. That trick I fell in love, it was really a you thought I was the only one. She swore on a pop, so I had to take her word when my books got locked. Carrying my seed while I'm doing 10 months. That shit's hurt me right here, can't even front. Stop making visits, taking my collection side, getting vexed, I wanna cut her by the neck. But you held me down, help me get through it. Hoping I don't wild, I didn't do something stupid. Not knowing what to think with the shorty's house. Banged it, unannounced, they go my son on the couch. Move, get out the way. That's all I could think, wasn't nothing else to say. Feeling like a proud pop when I put him in my arm. Looked him in his face, though something was wrong. Ain't this some shit look like hey wrong? It's gonna be a murder, word is born. Pop, now I'm locked up again. Only 19, doing life in the pen.
If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Mama knows best. If I listened, I wouldn't be in such a mess. Cause mama knows best.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, DJ Shuttle on the ones and twos in real life and spitting back in the day. Look at DJ Shuttle. Okay.
Were you called DJ Shuttle back then, or you had a different name?
Nah, I so the story is that I picked up DJing first, and one of my homies, so I always want to shout out every time I can. He was Ken Ski back in the day, but we call him Yada Love these days. He was the first one that had the first DJ equipment. We talking about Lottie Dottie days. You know what I'm saying? He like that was the first records that he had was Lottie Dottie the show. That's the first record he got with the record equipment, the GLI turntables, Gemini mixer. You know, so DJing was the first thing that I learned how to do after breakdancing. Breakdance is the first thing I learned how to do. We're talking about hip hop culture here. and then DJing, and then eventually, it's like, all right, back then it's like you learn how to do all of the elements. You know what I'm saying? And I went through a couple of different rap names, and eventually landed on two names. I kind of used two names. How it was Ghostface Tony Starks. It was for my name, which is Akil, so it was Ox Supreme, and it was also Mathematics. So those were two names that I use interchangeably.
That's
I can
dope.
see
That's
Ox
dope.
Supreme and Mathematics.
I really actually could see Ox Supreme. I could definitely see that. That was a good name. I like that. Yeah. And Mathematics is one. I mean, I think I think. Well, I mean, depends on how much of a hip hop head you are, but Mathematics is a good name. I think we all might know a Mathematics somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I got one right now from my hood. Yeah, he's a dope dude.
Well, you mentioned like the elements of hip hop. Nobody talks about that no more. The whole thing of hip hop, there was like many elements. There's DJing is one, rapping is one, that people know that, but they forget about breakdancing. They forget about the graffiti.
And even though I wasn't a great graffiti artist, I had a graffiti name too, which was my first rap name, and I used to tag that out in Long Island. I wasn't like going out to the trains and bombing and doing nothing crazy, but I get a can and I boom, my name over here, boom, my name over there. And so my first rap name and graffiti name was Fantasy, Fantasy.
Yes,
yeah.
So I mean, so we hear you, spitting on this track, right? But like, how deep did it go for you? Like, how far did you get into this hip hop game?
I gotta definitely pay respect and homage to my first hip hop mentor, which is Dingo D from Lisa New School. We from the same hood, and he brought me and the rap partners that I had at that time, which was my brother, Cool Whip and Brittle, and we were part of the extended clique that Leaders of the New School had with other groups. It was called the New School Society. So it was Dingo D who, was getting his tutelage from that studio I mentioned, 510 Strong Island Studios with Public Enemy, and they were like the tier one of the lineage. And then the second tier was Leaders of the New School and other groups coming up behind them that Public Enemy and their producers and engineers were grooming to be the next artist from Long Island. And so that I became part of, under the third wing or the third tier, if you will. And it was Dinko that put my group together, taught us concepts. It's like, y'all gotta have a name, and y'all gotta have a group name. Y'all gotta have names that match with the name of the group. Y'all gotta have songs with concepts. And these were all the same things that they were being taught at the same time, which is why when you listen to Lisa New School, their first album, it's Lisa New School. Then it's, the songs, Case of the PTA, and Teachers Don't Teach Us Nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you got from Long Island. Let's like more thought-provoking concepts versus just party songs or just, whatever respectfully from other places, in New York City. So that was my introduction. And then, eventually, I had my rap partner that I got eventually to work with. We were friends from young, and we both had kind of did our own things. We got back together, and and then the short story is we ended up getting a deal with Tommy Boy Records in '98. Daddy O from Brooklyn, that's a Sonic. We met him the year before at a conference. We came back to that same conference, and he was like, "Well, yeah, you guys are great. I gotta introduce you to the head of A&R at Tommy Boy Records. He's here." You know what I'm saying? And I think he liked y'all. And, we had a contract the next day. Before I know it, we signed to Tommy Boy Records. We on tour with Eminem and, and Eve, The Last Emperor, Black Star, De La Soul. I mean, you guys might have heard of a little tour called the Lyricist Lounge Tour.
Yeah.
I was on that tour as a rap artist.
Damn.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Damn.
I might have seen you on stage, man, because that during that era, that was my era, 1998, 99, 2000, that era there, the Lyricist Lounge era.
Yeah. So short version, they didn't put out our single, no matter regardless of how hot it was, and you know, we were killing shows everywhere with the single, but it was some debate about the B-side and yada yada, and eventually they included it on a compilation that Tommy Boy put out. You can look it up. It's called Tommy Boy Black Label Hip Hop 101, and the name of the group is called The Matrix. And I'm glad that they put this out because you can see that my group had the name The Matrix, and we were a signed rap group before the movie The Matrix. So we were already ahead and on that type of time.
Which is dope. That's dope. Wow. I had no idea, man. Yeah, you learn something new about people every day, man. I'm talking to Shuttle about the Knicks. Never knew this dude signed a Tommy Boy out on tour. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, you definitely got to big that up a little bit more, man. Because like I said, I'm from that era, the Lyricist Lounge era. So that's a big thing, man. Because I mean, you mentioned Eminem.
When you hear what I said, like a little tour you might have heard of called the Lyricist Lounge Tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, like and these are my guys. I still see these guys every now and then from time to time, and you know, like I'm a believer in what you're doing today. I ain't gonna hold you. Like you know, like it's great what you did, but especially in these days and times, I was kicking it with one of the young homies today, and it's like, yo, a lot of the, especially the younger audience, they focused on what they doing and making themselves relevant. So like it's cool what you did back in the day, but you know, you don't want to be that old head talking about what you did back in the day. You feel me? Like I'm talking about what I'm doing. I'm talking about what I'm doing right now. DJ Shuttle mixtape just dropped. You know, what's the name of mixtape? I forgot. I got so much things going on. Blend Alert Volume 1, all blends, bunch of new R&B on some hip hop tracks out right now. My boy Special ENT got the new spot restaurant opened up in Long Island. Grand opening tomorrow. I'm DJing for that. So, you know, I got to focus on what's really popping right now. But when there are the platforms and the opportunities, though, yeah, I'm gonna definitely speak on it. But I ain't gonna drag it. I ain't gonna drag it either. Plus, you know, sometimes when you talk too much about what you did, people feel like, you know, you just stroking your own self and.
Yeah, you think you're the man. I know. I hear you.
Yeah,
but
like,
listen, I tell you right now, Shuttle, like what Iru's saying, man, we definitely, you know, I feel like I'm a baby student of hip hop. Iru probably is. I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's a real student of hip hop. I think but we love hip hop. We love the culture. But you know what may seem one way to you because you was in it. It's incredible to us, and we definitely want to acknowledge you for what you've done. And that's listen. A lot of people have dreams. A lot of people want to make something out of themselves and get that opportunity where they can say, "Hey, I was on stage and I did this." And to be on stage with all of these people and to be surrounded in that type of tour setting, like, come, you did something. So, salute to you, brother. Salute to you.
I'm gonna add on to that. I performed, not I performed, but my group, my partner Maestro. Who I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna put a pin in that. My partner Maestro and I, we actually performed in before we got the deal, a couple of months before we got the deal, we performed Amateur Night at the Apollo. We got first place. We got first place. They was like, rappers have not got first place in years. When we did it, Talent was the host. And I never forget it. Lisa,
I 100% must have seen this, bro.
Lisa left.
I'm gonna let you finish. I know I saw this.
Lopez was in the building. She came. She was backstage. She met the performers. Got a chance to meet her. Woo, we talking about late '97. So TLC,
I know I saw this.
TLC is the biggest thing in the world. We go perform. You rub the tree bark and all that. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, man, I had an out-of-body experience on that stage. You understand what I'm saying? When they put their name above you and the crowd is cheering, shout to the whole Strong Island. They came out heavy. for that. I mean, we actually advanced to three visits, but that first night, oh man, Strong Island was in there heavy. Yo, they put their hand above your name, and you hear that crowd. It was an out of body experience. I've never experienced nothing like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
That's
important,
great.
man.
That's great.
Because one point I want to make is just like any other genre, like rock and roll or anything like that, they're still talking about the Rolling Stones. Those guys are like about 2 feet in the ground, about to die any day now. But they're still talking about them cats like as if they, and they still coming out with music, still got tours and stuff like that. Paul McCartney, all these guys. But when it comes to hip hop, it's like, oh man, you old. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about that nonsense. And even like just hearing you talk about it too, it's almost just like, well, I don't want to talk about because people gonna say something, about, that I'm boasting or whatever. But I mean, this is history. It's history that people don't want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? They should know about it, and that's the disconnect. We have to tell these stories. You were there, Lyricist Lounge. You were there, like you just told a story with the Apollo. These are stories that we have to make the connection because it's important because we talk about culture, hip hop culture. It's important to tell these stories to keep the culture going because the culture is not going to go. The culture is going to be taken if the stories are not told. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
Listen,
100%.
I was a history major, so like there's zero disagreement. It's just that I just try to be selective. Like I got the inquiry to do this, and I'm like, all right, this is a platform where I could really expand on it and really talk a whole lot more about it than I might normally do it because this is a platform to talk about that type of thing. You know what I mean? But if the platform is, nothing but Knicks or Knicks and Bruises, and we talking about, the trade and this and that, like that's not the time to be talking about my background. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I just try to just, be respectful to, every situation that I'm encountering and not make myself anything that I've done bigger than any place that I'm going and let people know, like, like I'm not bigger than anybody else or any other platform. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? And, but yeah, now I'm not gonna let nobody discount what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Another conversation I was having today with a young homie. I'm not gonna let nobody discount what I've done. I'm not gonna let nobody like talk to me any kind of way. Like I ain't done what I did because I did it. You know what I'm saying? And stats and my stats don't lie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that but when you raise a certain type of way, again, I come from a lineage. You understand? Like that Strong Island Studios, 510 Studios lineage, where you just respectful of the people that come before you and they raise you to represent that brand wherever you go and whatever walk of life that you move in. So, we just cut from a quality cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's adults that have no clue. People that were around during the time that should know don't know. So just so if they come across this and they see it, they'll get it and they'll be able to Google it. Because listen, I just Googled that Black Label hip hop thing. So I mean, I believe I used to have this album. So I'm probably familiar with the song. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole as soon as we get off of this. I'm gonna look through the matrix and see what else you got. Because there's another group too, Natural Elements. I work with what's the name? Mr. Voodoo from Natural Elements. I actually work with him. You know what I'm saying? So when we were talking, I've known him for years, and I say he used to rap. I say, yeah, what's your rap name? He said, yeah, I am Mr. Voodoo, and I was like, what the? When he said that, I almost blew up. It's like, yo, do you know who you are? The era came back to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was trying to say.
But when you, I just speak for myself. I won't speak for nobody else, right? Like I have a life mantra. You got to be changeable to be remainable.
Yeah.
If you spend too much time and energy on where you were and what you did, then even if it's nothing to do with music, even if it's like you could like Mims is doing some stuff with technology now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get too stuck, you won't progress. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one thing that like I was always a diverse kid. Like I did everything. Like I cooked, I played ball, I was good in school. I knew the drug dealers. I hung out with the guards at the park. So I got a wild, diverse, upbringing in terms of just the elements that I could pull from. And I never let myself be too stuck in one place in time, physically or mentally, because you're forwards forever, backwards never. You be stuck on what you did before, and no matter how great it was. And that's the thing, like, you make a hit record, all right, cool, that record's fire, but you know what? Move that one to the side, make a better one. You understand? And now that's just how we were raised. And like I would do records, I would be like, yo, you want a copy? Now I don't even want it, because I don't even want to play it, because I need the next track. I need to focus on the next song. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like that's part of the elements that you need to move forward and progress, in life, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Well, leave it up to somebody like me, the fans that'll throw flowers at your feet and like, oh, and just remember those eras and stuff like that, and give you the respect that you deserve, man.
What I will say though is, in the spirit of this 50 years of hip hop, that song that you guys heard is called "Mama Knows Best." Is one of the songs in our catalog. So, like I said, we got signed with Tommy Boy. The one record that's on that album is the only song that we put out with them. We have some independent that we have put out that you might find online, but we have a whole catalog of of music that we never put out. So our album is called "Sealed for Your Protection," and we're looking forward to dropping it before the end of the year. And it's going to be a catalog of our music that's been in the capsule, sealed for your protection, because you needed it at this day, at this time. And it's going to be music that's recorded from basically from 97 to 01. And like no new recordings, all original recordings from DAT tapes that we digitized and we remastered.
So is that similar to like the De La Soul, when De La Soul finally got their music and now they could put it out digitally? Is that like the same type of thing? Like you're able to put the music on now?
The only difference is, it's different, because that music was actually out. You heard that music before.
Right.
This music was never ever released in any capacity. This is all music that was done in our studio that nobody ever heard.
Right.
Like that song that you just heard, we never put that song out. Nobody's ever heard that song aside from our closest inner circle.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's up. People need to hear it, man. People need to hear the music, and they need to hear the story behind it too, man. It's all important.
Shout to my brother Maestro. Now I put a pin in it. I'm gonna bring it back. My boy Pippin. So, so we actually got a song called Jordan and Pippin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's fire, B. Oh, continue. My fault.
So like my guy Maestro, I love my brother forever. He was the producer and like the lead writer of, like, he came out with the majority of the concepts and choruses, and I kind of filled in. It was kind of like a Naughty by Nature kind of thing, where he was like the Tretch of the group. I was the Vin Rock of the group. I was a little bit more of the muscle and the energy and the attitude and the live performance and keep it, but he was really more of the technician and the skill, made the beats, engineered the records, and so forth and so on. So I was like, yo, you like Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like Pippin, the glue to make whatever else needs to make the team work. I'm like Pippin, you like Jordan. And so we made a song called Jordan and Pippin. That's gonna be on the album too.
So you're a fan of Pippin too now? That's what you trying to say? Now you trying to say you're a fan of Pippin too now?
I'm not a fan of anybody calling him the favorite player of all time.
I got you.
Well, and
let's also keep in mind this song was recorded in '99 when Pippin is at his he's at his height, and the song also features one of the incredibly talented Brooklynites, Dread Ochester Archie, aka DOA. He does comedy now, but he was known as an incredible beatboxer back in the day. If you are familiar with Rozelle from The Roots, he basically rivaled Rozelle during those times. Just to give you an idea how incredible this guy was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to DOA from Brooklyn.
That's dope, man. Like this is a very, very incredible story, Shuttle. Man.
Nah,
I appreciate you, bro, for telling it, for letting us hear it.
Nah, man, listen, it's very rare. It's very rare that I'm even in conversations with people to even talk about, a lot of this stuff, because now it's DJ Shuttle and parties and, car show this and, grand opening that. And so it's not really, I'm not even in the space where this is even a lot of what I even, like it doesn't even come up a whole lot.
Right. Right.
So, I appreciate the opportunity to share it. I got wild stories, incredible for days, so many things I experienced, people I've worked with, and one I would want to acknowledge, who's no longer with us in the physical, is my brother Shimelo. He's one of the producers that created the Busta Rhymes "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See" record. And when I mentioned that Strong Island 510 Studios, he was that tier 2 that was working on Bell Biv DeVoe, at that time, and shout out to Spider. And Shimelo became a mentor, him and his partner Buddha. And, even through the heights of their success with that record and other records that they worked on right after that, like they continue to be the super grounded mentors and kept us focused and locked in and helped us get what we needed to get to and get our game right. And that's how we ended up getting our deal with Tommy Boy at that time. So I always salute them, and I'm thankful for everything that they've done for us. And Shamelo's not here, but Buddha, my brother's still here, Spider's still here, and we always connect. And now that I'm DJ Shuttle, now they can reach out to me, and now I can be of assistance to them. We got some records. Right. I need you to hear this record. Let me know what you think. Is it ready to go?
Right.
How does the mix sound? Is this mix ready? You know what I mean? So now I'm more of a peer, but those are still the big homies to me.
That's dope. That's fine. I appreciate that, man. It's always good to acknowledge those who helped you in any circle, and stand up people. Yeah, so that's dope. Shout out to them, and shout out to you for acknowledging them. But before we get out of here, I do want to touch on DJ Shuttle and what DJ Shuttle is. You know what I mean? So I know, first off, and let me just say, I apologize because I don't know how this whole thing works. You know what I mean? Me and DJ Shuttle go back and forth about little things, like he might put something in my inbox about a certain player, and I'll comment, and because he be seeing some exclusive stuff about some guys I don't be following, right? But he's also doing his DJ events, and he put up he happened to do for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. He was doing a radio spot on iHeartRadio. I forgot the station. I know you can mention it. And it was last Friday, I think, and I missed it. It was 2 weeks ago. Okay. And I missed it, right? And then I tried to find it afterwards. I found the station and everything. But I don't know. It's hard. Like when you miss something that's supposed to take place, it's hard to go back and hear the same thing on radio. So
here's a couple of things I gotta say on that. It's One Away Soul on iHeartRadio. Shout out to Jamie Roberts and the entire One Away Soul team. The first thing is, I've been meaning to make a phone call to be like, yo, what are we doing? We need to have our shows available on iTunes or something like that. So thank you. So thank you for that reminder. The second thing is, all of my shows that I do live are recorded. So I could always, and if you go to my SoundCloud, you will see I do have a couple of my 108 Soul iHeart shows uploaded. I don't upload every show. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And maybe that's what the station is thinking. That's why they haven't done it. But at this point, I'm the talent. I'm not the tech team. I can't. This is why I never really, this is the reason why I never really did mixtapes, because doing mixtapes is a whole job by itself. You know, like I'm DJ Shuttle, I'm a father. I got a job too. You know what I mean? Like I got a lot of things I'm juggling, and to be worried about taking the mix and uploading it. Yo, listen, I also feel like it kind of devalues your brand where people can pop you in and get you whatever they want. So I'm like,
Right.
listen, you don't need that much. Pandemic came, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give y'all some work. So I put up some mixes. I did like a little best of series. I got best of Fab. You probably, I guess you saw it. Best of 50.
Yeah.
Best of Jada. Best of DMX. It's kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? I got some fire mixes up there, but I'm not gonna give you what I would be doing at parties and joints like that, because now if you're having a party, you just be playing my mixes. What are we really doing here?
Right.
What we really doing? What we really doing here? Nah.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need all that. Hit the email, hit the number, get a booking.
I hear that.
Well, yeah, to hit the thumbs up and give some super chats too while you're at it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta get monetized, man. You know,
Show
people hungry.
some love, man. Yeah, man.
And then, you know, and
Listen.
Yeah, so you know, that's that. But like putting out a blend tape, that's a little bit more, you know, it's a little different. You know what I mean? So I'll put out some of that type of work periodically. But if what you're saying is I missed the show, Shuttle, what's up with the mix? I might be able to do something for you.
Hey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on.
All right, so
let's go.
So we talking about the 50 108 Soul top 50, right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
108 Soul top 50. Okay. Yeah, I gotta, you know, now I gotta go back. I gotta find the list.
All right. Well, I mean, you don't got to do it right this minute. If you could handle it, you know, I know you get caught up and get a little busy, but you know, either way, I appreciate you. Because I definitely want to hear what you did. Because like I said, I was trying to tune in, but I was a little late with my movements.
I was actually thinking to I mean, I have the mix from the radio show, but I was actually thinking about going back and making another recording of it. That's not the radio version of it, but you know, basically take the same songs and just re-record it. So I'm gonna throw it back to you. I'll let you sleep on it. E was more the aficionado, so I'm gonna go to E first. E, top 5 hip hop songs of all time. You can only play 5 songs. You want somebody to know what hip hop is, and you're gonna play them 5 songs. What songs you playing?
That's tough, man. What hip hop is? Yeah. You got. Well, I mean,
okay.
you gotta.
Your top 5. Forget about anybody else. You only got 5 songs to play for the rest of your life.
That's tough, man, because they depending on what kind of head frame or space in life. Because right now, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not listening to no hip hop right now. I can't hear it right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now with the 50th, you know, I got the T-shirt. I've been to a couple jams and stuff like that, so I got reminded of a lot of things I used to love. But right now, the music I can't hear it right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like disconnected. But you know, while I was gonna go with it with like 5 songs that I could think of that like mean something to me. I want to say it's all gonna be old school. So it's got to be the show, you know, for you know Dougie Fresh or whatever. Another song that jumps out at me is "Making Music with Your Mouth Biz." That song. When I hear that, I think of park jams and stuff like that. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah. This is something for the radio too. That's another one, Biz Marquee. You know, those are just songs that I just remember back in the days when that beat dropped. Yeah, I just remember that it was like a calling. Like the whole neighborhood came out to the spot. It's like, oh shit, they had a block party. What's in there? Let's go up the block. That type of thing. So songs like that. I don't know, man. I say like a Coogee rap song, Road to the Riches, stuff like that. There's so many different songs in hip hop, man.
Road to the Riches. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
I heard somebody talking about the shell top Adidas. You know.
Yeah, my Adidas.
You know, since we was talking hip hop, you know, I came in so hip hop tonight, just for the record.
Well, I'll do that too.
Appreciate
We'll throw a Run DMC song in there. What's the song on? What song is that? Something from Run DMC.
I don't know which one that is.
I'm thinking Rock the
Yo,
Bells. Whatever.
hold on. Stop everything.
Yeah.
Stop everything. My partner, Maestro, is here on the low in the chat. Yo, salute my brother Maestro, giving you your flowers in front of everybody. I don't know if you heard it earlier. I told him you was Michael Jordan of the group. And yo, that guy, I mean, not only just an incredible like artist, producer, engineer, and creative, but super, super duper incredible, solid dude. Like, you hear like rap groups that have fights and arguments. And let me tell you something. We never had one beef ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about going on the road, doing shows, dealing with the record label, trying to get off the label, the money with the label, how we use the money from the label and put it into making our own studio, which he ran and he operated. And we never had any discrepancies about none of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And and I thank him for everything that he showed me, taught me, and that we did, because we made some incredible history that the stats will never ever be able to be denied. And I already told the Maestro on the show we coming out with the Seal for Your Protection before the end of the year. So it's out there. The public's waiting now.
That's what's up. Well, Peter Piper was the song I was thinking about, the Run DMC song, Peter Piper.
Peter Piper.
Yeah.
See, me and my brother Maestro, we on the same type of time. He said sucker MCs, and that's absolutely got to be in the top 5, because that beat changed what hip hop sounded like.
Yeah.
It shifted. It was a shift. It was a shift in the whole sound of hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much different songs you can go to, man.
It's really tough. It's really tough. I there's so many, like you said, Eru. I could think of 5 or 6 right now, but that would be right now. Like, ask me tomorrow, it's to be a different 5.
Yeah.
But I can tell you 5. Tell you 5.
He made his list. He wrote them down too. He ain't playing.
Yeah, because I forget things. I'm like, let me write them down because I forget. So if I could tell somebody, listen, this is hip hop. All right, you don't know nothing about hip hop. Listen to these 5 songs. I think this gives you a nice depiction, a good picture of hip hop and what it is to me. So first would be, well, you already heard it, but this is part 1. Shook Ones, Mobb Deep, Dwick, Greg Nice, Gangstar, the collabo. Unbelievable by Biggie. What We Do.
The Roots.
No, not that. The Jay-Z,
Freeway.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. I love that song. So that's got to be in my tops. And then my top song of all time, which that one, no matter what day you ask me, it's going to be there, is Nas Represent. So that would be my.
So that's all high school stuff, man. That's like early 90s,
That's when I loved hip hop.
Yeah. Yo, one song for me, I gotta say, since we're talking about it, live at Disco Fever about what's the name? Lovebug Starsky. Yeah, that's another song that I love, man. It just reminds me, because when I think about hip hop, I just think about those days when we was kids, and it was just like the big speakers on the block, and they hooked it up to like the lamp posts and all that type of stuff. That's stuff that you can never get back, man. That era of hip hop, that's why I say it's so important to tell the stories and just remember stuff that we used to do back in those days. Because now people don't care that we did that. But it was so
right.
like if people didn't hook up the the DJ equipment to the light, to the freaking lamppost, you know what I'm saying? Then there wouldn't be none of this stuff that we're doing right now. It's crazy.
And when they did that though, the music that was played was for people to what? b-boy,
Right.
breakdance, and that's why there's no way I can have this list without having Planet Rock on the list.
Right.
Because this is the universal song that went around the entire planet that introduced hip hop to everybody and said, yo, this is hip hop. So how can I even talk about any other songs without including that? That's how I personally feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna include Sucker MCs on that list for me. I'm gonna include Black Sheep, Engine number 9, because it's a record that just transcends. I mean, it's a record I can play at a Sweet 16 right now, still in 2023, and it's a record I can play at a party for people that are 50 years old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, hip hop bringing people together is what it's really all about. Because I was an aspiring rap artist, when I hear Biggie Juicy, I hear like the aspiration and the aspire to be great and to just go from ashy to classy. You know what I'm saying? Like just that whole, fight through what I'm dealing with to get some light at the end of the road. So like Juicy is a special song to me. And listen, Say What You Want, Rapper's Delight is the first rap song that everybody knew all the words to. I don't care. I don't care where you from. I tell people this all the time when I play it. I don't care where you from. I don't care if you never heard it. You need to learn it. What age you are, what country, what city, what state. This is a song you gotta know all the words. And that's the first rap song everybody knew all the words.
Hey, but that song is like what, 12 minutes? That's a long song, man.
And you still knew all the words. Maybe not you. Maybe not you. Yeah. But many.
I mean, I knew half the words. I don't know about I knew all of them. I knew half.
You got tired. You faded out.
Yeah, but I like your list. I like your list. It's true. I see, and as a DJ, you can obviously see the impact of this type of music too, because you're playing it and you're seeing how it moves the crowd. So yeah, that's definitely dope. But this has been a long show, and I don't mind it because you know what I mean. I knew this show was going to be a little different because I knew Shuttle was going to bring 2 different elements to it, and I knew, but I had no idea of how deep down the rabbit hole Eru goes. So just that element of it makes the show, and so this will be a hip hop chronicle show. So yeah, this will be longer than the normal show, but it's dope. Listen, and I'm definitely going to chop this show up and listen to it again. But before we get out of here, Shuttle, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have an event coming up, in which there will be like an open mic situation, maybe on August 31st, that you're doing something where and I see the correlation because this is the NBA wrap up. We're talking about NBA and we're offering spots for new artists to come on and promote their craft and also display some of what they do in their artistry. So can you talk a little bit about the event that's coming up on the 31st?
I'm part of a DJ collective called YNBS DJs, headed by CEO Shampoo from YNBS Marketing and Promotions. He's done marketing and promotions for major labels, including Def Jam, Atlantic Capital, for 20 plus years, and decided to have the DJ crew, and ultimately, from time to time, puts on artist showcases, featuring different artists, whether they're from the city or outside of the city, looking for different opportunities. He does promotions for DJ Khaled, Nori. You'll see him. He's part of Smoke Champs, one of the executives that is behind the scenes making all that work. So it's going to be an incredible lineup. There may be a few slots left. I'm not 100% certain, but it's going to be a week from today in Times Square at Iguanas, 54th Street. My brother Conan will be, it'll be Conan and Friends will be performing. The Realist Hoffa, Real Prince Jules, Real Kitty Kitty, Kes City, Maury Hayes, Black Pro Official, YB36, and Tony Notes also from YNBS. And yeah, there may be a couple other slots left. If you're interested, just hit me in the IG, DJ Shuttle NYC, and we get connected from there.
Dope. Definitely. Sounds great. Listen, if you do want to get in contact with DJ Shuttle, and learn about this event, or even, find out about, how you can, get in touch with him to book him for a gig, man. Because, everybody got some type of get together, some party they want to throw, and they need a DJ, and DJ Shuttle is that guy. Let me tell you one thing, you will not be disappointed. He definitely gets you out your seat moving. As Eru said, we was there for a Knick event. Eru was getting his dance on, getting his boogie on. So
Definitely was.
So definitely you could.
That's the type of time I'm on for any and all bookings. DJ Shuttle NYC at Gmail, and we do it all. 80-year-old birthday party, Sweet 16. I got a couple of DJs that work with me. It don't matter. You need disco, you need reggae, you need soca, you need Afro beat, you need old school hip hop, R&B, you need trap, drill. It don't matter. We get into all of the different bags.
All right. So, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have that on here. But, yes, for bookings, DJ Shuttle at gmail.com.
DJ Shuttle NYC.
Oh, my fault. DJ Shuttle NYC. See, that's why I should have had that down, but I didn't have it. I'm sorry. DJ Shuttle NYC. I should have. It's his Instagram and it's his Twitter. Got to stay universal. Got to stay
it's
transparent.
Can you see what I shared, Ron?
This is what we call branding. You didn't share it in the private chat.
Yeah. No, I don't see it. Yeah.
Yo, do you know I just learned that I can see the comments from YouTube in the app? I just saw that.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I've been keeping YouTube open all this time so I can watch the comments. I just figured that out.
And I'm glad, because then you would have cheated and you would have known the answers to some of the hip hop stuff that you didn't know.
No, I wouldn't have looked.
Oh, no, I believe you. I trust you. No, I didn't see what you shared. My fault. Oh, there it is. Okay, my bad. Hold on. Let me put this up. I see it now. Give me 1 second. Let me put this up. I'm gonna have to drop this down because it's gonna look crazy with the look over here. All right, hold on. All right, so bear with me, folks.
That's really great. There you go.
There we go. So this is DJ Shuttle's Instagram. You see it? Blowing it up for you. There you go. DJ Shuttle on Instagram. This is where you'll find him. Follow him, and then you'll be able to get information. You can message him, and you already know it's DJ Shuttle at Gmail, DJ Shuttle NYC at gmail.com for bookings. Look at that. The Ball Lord show.
Yeah, that's the August 31st show.
Dope. 7 p.m. Okay, cool.
And if you scroll down a little bit further, we got Saturday Power right. Nope, a little bit more to your right. Yep, Take It to the Streets.
Oh, Take It to the Streets.
DJ Magic Custom Car and Bike Lifestyle event. Sunday, September 10th. I'll be on the set for that. I'm gonna have my step and repeat, my cameraman, my mics. We're gonna be doing interviews, giveaways, all of that.
Dope. You booked and busy, my guy.
As we should be.
There you go.
Anything less uncivilized.
Facts. Definitely. All right. Well, let me drop this out. Once again, that's DJ Shuttle NYC for all media. All right. Instagram, Twitter, Gmail for bookings. DJ Shuttle NYC. Thank you, Eru, for sharing that. Appreciate you, my brother.
Nah, he on point. He be on point.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
He be on point.
So yeah, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this show. Like I said, this was a long one, but this is a pause. But this was a show that I feel like is worth it, and definitely it takes time. And you know what? You got to enjoy it. You can't stop it when the conversation is this good. And just some of the hip hop knowledge and just where we went with these topics, I think was really done to a point where like I said, it gives me replay value. I'm definitely gonna watch. I watch everything anyways, my stuff, but I like when I'm actually interested in it. So I'm definitely gonna watch, especially the hip hop stuff of this, because I think this is especially it's hip hop 50th anniversary. This is gems of knowledge you can't get everywhere, man. Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt.
Yeah, now I respect that so much, man. Like, see, that's the thing that hip hop is like when you really hip hop, like you, it's not just the music. It's like it just embodies the whole thought pattern and process. Like, you listen, DJ Shuttle's coming on. Are we gonna be talking about hip hop? I'm gonna wear my hip hop shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect it. I'm coming to talk about hip hop. I didn't have the black hat to match, but listen, like I said, we got the Adidas, we got the shell top on deck. You know what I mean? Like, listen, that's hip hop. You understand?
Yep.
That's hip hop, and that's and that's what we do. So, I salute you. I see what you're doing. I respect it tremendously.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
all this is hip hop too, man. With the hat to the side, shifting back and forth, man. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
And this is my guy. I'm gonna plug him real quick. Nassau, CSTP Central Station T-shirt parlor, black owned business. He's been selling clothes and sneakers, and he's a graffiti artist, incredibly well known. For since the 80s, and he got a shop in Long Island. And I always support him. He's always supported me. We've been doing shows and events and working together since 1996. We did our first show for independent artists in Long Island together. You know what I mean? And we still connected to this day. So, hip hop. That's what hip hop does.
Yep. That's dope. Listen, once again, I want to thank everybody out there who has been in the chat. Beginning to end, hit that like button on your way in, hit that like button on your way out. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate y'all, those who are viewing, those who be a part of the replay gang. This was definitely a good show, really good conversation. Eru, thank you for being here, my brother. As always, you always are there when you need it, and I can't thank you enough. Any final words, and also any tell the people when maybe the next time we can find you.
Well, for me, I'm taking a hiatus because I can't stand half of you people that's watching and saying the truth. You know what I'm saying? I took a break on my channel for the time being, but I'm gonna get back into doing stuff probably next week and stuff. So that's my situation.
So I figured it out. He's a Pippen. Even though he's a Pippen fan, he's still a Knicks fan. I get it now.
I'm trying to tell y'all. When the Knicks played the Bulls, I did not root for the Bulls or Pippen. He was my enemy. When he dunked and stepped over Ewing, I couldn't stand Pippen. Just saying. It is what it is.
I don't know, E. I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time with this one, E. I don't know. Maybe
it's wild. It's wild. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have a hard time.
I better not see no Pippins on your feet, man.
No,
he got a 33 jersey and it ain't Ewing on it in the closet.
I'm trying. Listen, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not to say a whole lot.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
Yeah, listen, man, salute. I appreciate you guys both. Thank you for having me. And hip hop forever. You heard?
No doubt.
Yeah, and so Shuttle, is there anything else? Like, so next up, you mentioned there's a couple events. I just did you get everything out? Where people can find you.
If you checking in live tonight, or it's Friday the 25th, we're gonna be at my guy Special ENT's restaurant launch party. We kicking it off at 5 p.m. grand opening. Everybody come down, buy some food, eat, enjoy the great atmosphere, music, etc. tomorrow night. And look forward to next week, the 31st, the Barlow Showcase, and to that Take It to the Streets on September 10th. and just stay tuned for that Matrix Seal for Your Protection album coming, before the end of this year. You heard?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, man. You know what I always say. It's nothing. It's nothing without the love and support of the chat. We appreciate y'all always being there for the show and anything we got going on. But I want to thank Eru for being here, rock with us. I want to thank special guest DJ Shuttle for being here and rocking with me. And then thank you guys in the chat for supporting and being there for the show. Shout out to Replay Gang. Thank you guys as well. And so yeah, man, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna hit you guys with another Did You Know as we head out of here. I'm gonna drop you guys down. I'm gonna close out and show over. Grand opening, grand closing, in 50th anniversary style. That's how it would be. But I appreciate you fellas. So thank y'all for being here. But let me hit y'all with this Did You Know before we get up out of here. Yeah. So, guys, once again, listen, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting the show and being here and rock with us. And as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Thursday nights at 8:30-ish when everything works out fine. But, we might delay a little bit, but usually 8:30-ish. Know the Ledge on Saturdays at 11:15 or 11:30, depending. Yours truly, I'm holding it down, talking to you guys off the ledge. Or on Monday nights for SKF Weekly with yours truly and my guy John, and the return of Jose. Jose is back in the fold, folks. So if you haven't checked out SKF on Mondays, please do. We're going to continue to do some more with that show and try to change things around a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting for everybody, and keep giving you guys that content that you enjoy. So thank you as always for supporting the show. Let me hit you guys with a little show announcement, and then we'll hit you with the outro. So thank you once again. We out of here. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching the NBA wrap-up. If you would like to be on the show and you are a hip-hop artist or a beat maker / producer, please hit us up. Email us at the NBA wrap-up at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at _NBA_wrap_up. And stay tuned for more and more content coming from the NBA wrap-up. Still Knicks fans, nothing but Knicks. Please support our shows. We appreciate you. Later. Run that.